YouTube, what is going on? We are back with another video, and today we are not working on a song. We're not doing a tutorial or anything like that. Today we're actually just going to be talking about some pretty cool equipment that I received from Maono, and I just want to show y'all what some of this stuff can do. And again, huge shout out to Maono. They sent me this equipment. They told me to make some shorts and things like that. I am going to make some shorts, but I also just wanted to dedicate a full video because I do know that I do have some people that are subscribed to me that have asked me about equipment before. I've had some people ask me how to get set up and do certain things. And the stuff that they sent me is actually going to be a very good starting point for a lot of you. But without further ado, we're going to get right on into it. And what we're going to talk about today is going to be the PD200X dynamic USB XLR microphone, along with the stand that comes with it. And then we're also going to be talking about the MaonoCaster C2 Neo, which is a single input podcasting type board. It's got a lot of really cool functions on it, so I will show that to y'all and show you what some of those things do, and we'll go from there. As we get started, one thing that I do want to point out with the mic, I am talking through the mic at the moment. I do not have any post-processing on this mic. I do have a small noise gate because I have kids behind me, but other than that, there's no post-processing, so what you are hearing right now is coming from the PD200X and the MaonoCaster. Getting started with the mic first, like I said, this is a USB XLR mic, so it can be connected either way. I have it hooked up through XLR into the MaonoCaster, which we will talk about later, but it can also be hooked up to your computer via USB-C. The thing that I do love about this mic is that it will plug into your PlayStation and your Xbox. And as far as I know, this is probably one of the only dynamic mics that do this. If you do mainly play PlayStation or Xbox and you want a really good mic for Call of Duty, you will most likely have the best mic in the lobby if you're using this one right here. Alright, so we're going to switch over now and take a look at the MaonoCaster C2 Neo itself. And I know I kind of have a weird camera angle on this. I run a really tight ship on my cable management, so where I have it sitting, I can't really move it that much. So it's sitting on the edge of my desk. But this is where I have the C2 Neo set up, and it's set up a little bit above my keyboard, so for easy accessibility. Again, this can be used for podcasts, streaming, even just your Zoom calls, but it has a lot of things that will take your productivity to the next level, so we will go over those. But just for the basics, this is going to be your slider right here. So this is your slider for your volume of your mic, of course, but you also have a gain knob for your mic as well. This aux controls the other things outside of your mic that also will come into the MaonoCaster, but we'll talk about that later. This is going to be your total stream out, so everything you have coming through it, this controls the volume of your output. And then this slider right here is just going to be specifically for your headphones, so you can turn the input of the MaonoCaster up and down without it affecting the output volume. And so those are going to be your basic controls, just like any other mixer. That's kind of how you do that. Now, starting with these at the bottom, this is where stuff gets kind of fun, but we're going to start with the basic stuff. This red one over here, I'm not sure if y'all can read that, but this is your 48 volt. This is your phantom power. If you don't know what phantom power is, your dynamic mics need phantom power in order to provide the power they need for the mic to work. Now, some mics don't need that. For example, a condenser mic. I know my Rode, one of my Rode mics does not need phantom power, but the other one does. My Shure needs phantom power. If you don't have phantom power, then your mic will either not work or it just won't have the power to give you the volume you need. So phantom power, for the most part, is always on. If you're going to be using Maono's mic, you'll definitely need the phantom power on. The next thing is going to be your Bluetooth, and this is Bluetooth for your phone. So there's a couple cool things you can do with that, but once you have your Bluetooth hooked up, if you hold the Bluetooth button for a minute, it will start pairing, and then you're able to go to your Bluetooth on your phone and connect to the MaonoCaster C2, which I am already connected. And now that I'm connected, if I want to, actually we can use that. If I want to listen to music, I can actually have the music playing through the board. This is also going to play into my headphones so that I can hear it. And then it's also going to play into your stream out. So wherever you're streaming to, if you're streaming to Twitch or doing a podcast, whatever you're playing on your phone will come through the board. And it will also come through if you're in Discord with somebody else or on a Zoom call, it will come through. So because I have the Bluetooth hooked up, now I can just go and play a song. Now, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to skip the reverb presets for now. Reason being is because we have a couple other things that we can do with the Bluetooth function. So the first thing is going to be sidechain. So sidechain is going to be your fourth button here. If you turn sidechain on, what this is going to do is this is going to automatically duck your aux output. So if I'm listening to music or if I have something coming through it and then I start talking, it's going to lower the volume. So say for instance, I start playing the music again. Okay. Hey, thank you. Thank you. For 100K. But then once I start talking, you see it automatically lowers the volume of the music so that you can hear me clearly. But as soon as I stop talking, watch what happens to the volume. It's a lot of pressure on their shoes. Working with 100,000 people watching you. Whatever. One other thing that you can do, I'm going to turn the sidechain off for a second. If you long press the sidechain, you have another option down here. You may not be able to read that, but it says music only. So what this will do is this will attempt to make more of a karaoke sound out of whatever you're listening to. So actually I will turn the sidechain back on. I'm going to turn the music on. I know this ain't the way to go. And then when I want to try to attempt to take the vocals out, I just hold the sidechain button. I start to think that I'd be good if I was somebody else. But I'm writing this now to tell my future self to just keep it pushing because a kid in me been praying just to get where my foot is. And so what that will do is that will just attempt to take the sound out of, or attempt to take the vocals out of whatever you're listening to. It's a little bit harder with acoustic tracks, so we're going to try with a different song here. So let's try Lightning. We'll skip to Jack's verse. And the reason I'm using Jack's verse because I use a lot of harmonies Jack didn't on this song. So if I'm listening to it and I want it to be karaoke and I want to sing along myself, I just hold the button. It ducks the vocals as much as possible. You can still hear the vocals, but it's kind of like you're hearing the reverb of the vocals instead of the vocals themselves. So if you have a song you like and you want to sing along to it, you just hold that music only button, and it's going to basically just create a space where you can actually listen to it. You pair that with the sidechain, and you get like a really professional kind of song situation. You know what I mean? And so I will hold the music only button, and that's going to bring the vocals back. So that mean I wouldn't lie to you when I said when the wheels are to ride for you. I try to keep my balance. So that's just some of the things that you can do with the Bluetooth feature. There are some other things you can do too, but I will show you guys that in just a little bit. But we're going to jump back to the third button here, which is going to be the reverb presets. So you have multiple reverb presets, but if you press the button and then just give it a second, you will now have a reverb sound. And then if you press the reverb button again, then it changes the reverb. So now I have church reverb. Now I have hall reverb. Now I have valley reverb. So it changes, but the great thing about the MaonoCaster, or you know what I mean. The great thing about this is that when you press the button, you hear it tells you what the reverb is. So when I press this, I heard somebody say karaoke, and then when I press it again, I heard somebody say church. So that's how I know which one I have, but that does not come through the stream thing. So as you're changing the settings on the MaonoCaster, you'll hear the lady, confirming that you're making those changes, but your stream or Discord or whoever you're talking to won't hear it. So it allows you to kind of mess with stuff and not worry about, seeming unprofessional. So we're going to turn this back off real quick. And those are also color coded, so you can just learn the colors, but when you press it, the lady tells you which one it is as well. The fifth button y'all saw me turn on a minute ago is direct monitor. All that does is allow me to hear myself through the mic. So if you want to hear what you are sounding like as far as your input goes, you turn direct monitor on. Now, if you're self-conscious about your voice, you may not have this on. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been making music for 10 years, but I hate hearing my own voice. So I usually have this off unless I'm doing a sound check. I'll turn this on to just make sure my sound is working like it's supposed to. And then my studio software, is direct monitor. Like, I get monitor anyway when I turn my mic on in FL Studio. So I usually don't need this, but I'll do this before stream. I'll turn this on, just have a sound check, just to make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. And so the next thing is going to be pitch presets. Now this is going to be just your fun voice changer thing. So you press it one time. Oh wait, it went to default. Okay, hold on.
There we go. So I pressed it one time and that's the female voice. And again, the lady is telling me as soon as I press it what it is. So I press it again.
And it says male. And what I typically do is I'll press it and I'll give it a second to change because sometimes it'll take a second. Now I press it one more time.
This is the baby preset, and then your last one
Is going to be a robot. So if you're
playing video games, or, trolling a voice chat or something like that, you can have a lot of fun with that one. I have some clips, and I'll probably put them in the video if I can, of me just doing absolutely just hilarious stuff with the MaonoCaster. But anyway, next thing we're gonna have is a noise reducer. So the name tells you what it does. You turn the noise cancellation on, and it said noise cancellation low. So what it's doing is just taking out a little bit of that background noise. I don't know if there's some before now. There's some for me, but I don't know if y'all have been hearing it the whole time. But that's how you use your noise cancellation. It's on low right now. If you need more, you press it again, and now it's noise cancellation high. The only issue with noise cancellation high is that if your mic isn't loud enough, then it'll start cutting you off. Which I think the noise cancellation was cutting me off, because that's what it does when you have it on high. Most of the time, you shouldn't need it on high unless you're singing in an untreated environment or something like that. I actually have mine on because I have a 2-year-old daughter and I have an 11-month-old daughter. And most of the time when I'm making music or, recording or playing video games, they're in the room with me. So the songs that y'all have been hearing, a lot of times my daughter and them, they're in the back. And a lot of times I have to spend time trying to edit them out or just record when they're quiet. With this, you can, in theory, record even with people around you making noise and then not pick them up. So that's a great feature to have built in. The last thing that I want to show you is going to be the soundboard. You have 3 options for a soundboard here. And the soundboard is pretty simple. All you have to do is hold one of these and record whatever you want to into the mic, and it saves as a soundboard. Or you play something off your phone, and the Bluetooth will pick that up, and you use that as a soundboard. And so there's only 3, so I switch mine out a lot. But right now I have the Vine Boom.
All right, we're just gonna play.
I have the These Nuts thing. Y'all know that if y'all my age.
Got him!
And then the last thing I have is this one.
What did he say?
But see, at any time, if I want to go through and change them, all I gotta do is hold the button. It'll flash for a couple seconds. Once it stops flashing, it just deleted whatever was there, and then you record whatever you want. So that's how you set up the soundboard. And you can use the soundboard in conjunction with sidechain and stuff like that. If you're running a podcast, that will allow you to have some stuff set up, have either some funny stuff or stuff that helps with your branding, maybe a radio stinger. You can do all of that using the soundboard plus the sidechain. And that's pretty much that when it comes to the mic and the MaonoCaster. Again, thank you to Maono for sending these out to me. They sent them out about a month ago, to be honest, and I was supposed to have already recorded this, but I've been dealing with some stuff. But Maono's been really patient, and I really do appreciate y'all. As far as the equipment goes, it is awesome. In some cases, it's even comparable to my actual setup, which is my Shure SMB7, my Rode NT18 that's in the corner, and my Focusrite. That's my main setup. This setup, I will most likely be using it for Zoom and for stuff that on my MacBook. On my main computer, I'll probably keep the Shure and stuff because, like I said, this is where I do a lot of my recording, my gaming, my videos. But I am in real estate, and I do a lot of Zoom meetings, and I do a lot of presentations and stuff like that. And this equipment right here is actually perfect for me to set up in my office, and I'll be able to basically just be more professional with those meetings. And then again, on my MacBook, I do make beats on my MacBook sometimes, although I record on my main computer. And the mic and the MaonoCaster will still be perfect for those. But that being said, all of this is awesome. I'm going to have a link to this stuff in my description if you want to use my affiliate link and everything like that. Maono, again, I appreciate you. If you have equipment or apparel or anything that you want me to look at and show on this channel, feel free to let me know. My email and stuff should be in the description, or just drop a comment and I'll holler at you. But that being said, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm enjoying this equipment. I will continue to use this equipment. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys on the next video. But with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video.